Hello and welcome to Cabentry. So in this video I want to give you just kind of a quick tour of Cabentry and give you some tips to kind of get on your feet quickly after your download is finished. So I've started a new order and I'm going to see my information here. So if you're a dealer or a designer, your information is always going to be in the SOD to. And you'll notice that it populates whenever you start a new order. Ship to is for the your customer that you sell to, obviously, Jane Doe or whatever the name may be. Quick little help here, you can quickly copy over to save some time typing out the address if it's the same. We'll just call this Jane Doe. Next, the account info, and this information is configurable for each manufacturer. So keep in mind you may see slightly different names than what I have here, and you can talk to your manufacturer about that if you have any questions. Let's get right into adding a room. So first off, I'll give it a name. So I'll call this the kitchen. And now I'm going to just go down through these drop downs. So let's start with the construction setting. So if I pick half-inch overlay, I can immediately see what price is associated with this SKU. Half-inch overlay is -5%, whereas inset is $40 per opening. So it's nice to just constantly have that visual of what this is costing me. And keep in mind that whatever you see in this video, this is just kind of our stock catalog. So your manufacturer is going to have totally unique options here. There's no stock catalog for everybody. Each manufacturer has a custom catalog. So any catalog specific questions would be directed to the manufacturer because every manufacturer has a different catalog. So let's quickly move on. We'll select a wood type of cherry with a 15% upcharge. And you'll notice a little blue icon popped up here. And this is called a tooltip, and we use this throughout the software. And it just kind of helps you as a user to get some information from the manufacturer. So here, this note is just telling you what finishes is available on cherry. There is no options for interior slide and drawer box, but again, your manufacturer could very well have that. Let's pick a stain and paint. I'll do Buckeye stain. Technique, let's do cracks and splits. And again, if we look at the tooltip, we kind of see a little description of this SKU or maybe some instructions for it. So again, it's a good idea to hover over that and see what the manufacturer wants you to know about that SKU. I'll leave the sheen the same, and let's go into the doors section. So there's a couple different ways to do doors. If I pick the Lexington door, for example, you'll see that it pre-populates my profiles, but I can also change them. So if you have a certain door you're trying to match, this is very useful because you can totally customize your door. But now, some manufacturers will also utilize what we call lockdown doors, a shaker, for example. So when I pick a shaker, I can't change the profiles because that manufacturer has decided that the shaker door has these profiles and there's no way to customize it. So you'll see a lot of times you'll see a mix of those two styles. So I'll just keep the shaker door for now, and I'll pick a drawer front. So I'll just pick a slab for this case. And again, notice we can't pick an inside profile or center panel because obviously it's a slab. So that completes our room profile. We can click OK. And we see a nice little preview of all the options we've chosen here. So let's add a cabinet. I'm going to click the Add Cabinet button. And there's also a couple ways to add cabinets. So first of all, if you're very familiar with the SKU naming of your manufacturer, you can very quickly type in SKUs and the list kind of narrows down as you type. So this is obviously the fastest way to add SKUs, but not everyone's going to be able to do that because you may not know what it's called. So let me show you the other way. So if I didn't know that this was called a base 24, I would go to cabinet search and I could search for base cabinets. And then I could just scroll through the list or search description for something that I was specifically looking for. So we can support both ways. So I'll go ahead and select a base cabinet, and we can see here the base price is $550. That's the base price that the manufacturer has set. And now notice the total price is higher than that. Well, that's because we're in the kitchen, and we've already set up the kitchen to have certain upcharges. So we can see that we have an 18% upcharge, and our construction is taking off 5%. So that's why the price is higher than the base price. So it's important to know that this price up here is always your total price, list price. Next, we can get into the dimensions. So you can change your cabinet to whatever dimension you would like. You can do it in any increment you like, 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch, or whatever you would like to specify. Some manufacturers will have upcharges if you go larger than the default size. Again, that's totally specific to each manufacturer. You can do finished ends and style and rail modifications. Now, this first tab we're on is common modifications, and so this screen does not change. Now, whenever we get into the custom modification, that's things like, flush toe kick, finished bottom, finished interior, whatever your manufacturer may add. And so I'm not going to go into specifics of that because it's so unique to each manufacturer catalog. But just know that if there's a mod that you would like to add that's not on the main screen, you have to go to custom modifications and do a search for it there. Next, accessories. If we go to the accessories tab and do an accessory search, I'll filter for base cabinets. And I don't have a very large catalog, I'm using the trial version. But again, you can quickly kind of sort between the available accessories. And let's just say I want to put this trash can in. For Rev-A-Shelf products or any other vendors that have media available, we can link to a PDF to give you some more information for that accessory. We can also do videos if the manufacturer provides videos. So notice that as I add accessories or modifications, my total price is always updating. So again, keep in mind this price is always the total price for this cabinet. Okay, let's finish that cabinet. Let's add a wall cabinet, and I'm going to just type the SKU in directly. So I know it starts with W1812. I'll hinge it on the right and put a finished in on the right, and we're done. So you see we can quickly add cabinets once we have our room profile built. Next, let's look at the report that Cabentry makes. So we go to print and select standard report. And we can see it generates a nice summary page that shows the list price, your discount, and the price after the discount. So in my case, I'm assigned a 50% discount. Again, it's totally unique to each customer and each manufacturer. As we scroll down the report, we can see a summary of everything we picked in the room profile. You can see our construction method, our wood, our stained paint. All that information is listed here. Moving down, we can see each cabinet and all the available add-ons for that cabinet listed out. So any modification, any accessory, anything we do to that cabinet is going to be listed out in the report with the price associated with it. So you have full transparency of what everything's costing you. And at the bottom of the report, again, we have a nice summary. If you have multiple rooms, you would be able to see that broken down as well.